Hello and welcome to this So-and-So web chat. My guest today is the creative force behind Woohoo cross-stitch, Leah Lintz. A dual citizen of the UK and the US, Leah was first introduced to cross-stitch over 20 years ago while awaiting the birth of her eldest daughter. But she quickly developed a keen eye for the distinctive style, which is elegant and yet simple. Through her Etsy store, she's sold thousands of patterns to customers from over 35 countries. She's a mother of 5 children, ranging from the ages of 23 to 10, 2 of whom are autistic. So Leah knows all too well how important it is to have a bit of me time. And through her new book, Cross Stitch to Calm, she wants to show people how cross stitch has become her therapy. She uses it for relaxation as well as it being her business. And she wants to show people how it can provide stillness of mind and inner peace in a busy world. So welcome, Leah.
Good morning.
How are you?
Oh, not too bad this morning. How are you?
Yeah, I'm really well. Thank you for coming on. Thanks for joining us. The book looks amazing, and we're going to have a little look through some pictures from the book a little bit later. But tell me, how did you first get started in cross stitch, and then how did you go on to start designing your own patterns?
Well, I started off just looking for just something to do with my hands while I was waiting for my daughter to, come along, because she was 2 weeks late. And kind of fell into cross stitch and liked it, but couldn't find anything that really caught my eye. Everything was very cutesy and just not to my taste. And so yeah, I just started, over 23 years ago now.
And then that led to you, designing your own patterns. How did that sort of start to come about?
Well, again, because I couldn't find the exact thing that I wanted, did a bit of searching and came across some software that allowed me to create my own patterns, and it just kind of snowballed from there.
Great. So you describe cross stitch as your therapy. How did you kind of discover those beneficial effects, and what are they specifically for you?
Well, I find sitting down and just stitching, it's not really mindless because you are still concentrating, but it just allows my body just to relax and just calm. Yeah. And I'm not sure exactly when it hit me. It could have been because I have twins as well. It could have been maybe they were crying or something, and I was able to sit down and relax. It made me think, oh wow, yeah, this is very, very calming. So not sure exactly when that happened, but I just know it calms me down.
So there's a lot around at the moment, isn't there, about de-stressing, getting away from constantly screens and interruptions all the time. And a lot of people are really enjoying the kind of colouring book craze, where they're just turning off all devices and sitting down and really focusing on something. So do you see kind of cross stitch as a natural extension of that?
I do. I think as well, if you have something that's fairly simple that just allows your hands just to create, you can let your mind just wander and just relax and everything. And I think that the cross stitch that I do falls quite nicely, I would say, in with the colouring thing as well.
Yeah, it's just very simple things. So, your designs are, they're not full of lots and lots of colours. They're simple shapes, they're simple designs. So, it really does allow you not to have, not doing lots and lots of counting and lots of, having to think about what you're doing. You can just, once you know how many stitches, you can just relax into that row. So, I think there are people out there, though, who would think, oh, my goodness, counting the stitches and tangling with threads and stuff, that's not going to be very calming. So what would you say to them?
I would say if you've never cross-stitched before, pick something very simple. Try a few stitches. Once you get into it, then you will realize exactly how easy it is. It's just crosses. That's all it is. That's pretty simple. So I think if people, they would realize quite what a nice hobby or a craft it is.
Excellent. So let's talk about the book. So we've got 40 patterns in the book that create calmness. So, you know, how are they really different to other patterns that are out there?
Well, again, these are patterns that are very simple. The majority of them are 1 or 2 colors. I think the most colors I've used in patterns would be 5. That was for smile, because it's 5 letters in smile, so 5 colors. Yeah, just a little bit different, just simple 1 color patterns that will actually allow you to create something quite easily in a weekend, or, you know, a couple of nights, you know, in the evening or something.
Cool. Okay, so let's have a look at some of them, because, you know, they speak for themselves really. So I'm just going to share some of the lovely images from the book. So hopefully now you can see the cover. Mm-hmm. Gorgeous cover. Love that turquoise.
Oh, I do too. I think just the color itself, turquoise, is just lovely.
That's very calming in itself, yeah. And that the cherry blossom design that I love. So I've just picked out some of my favourite patterns from the book that I wanted to share. So this amazing fossil design is gorgeous.
That's my favourite, yes.
And you know, that would look absolutely beautiful, sort of made up as a cushion cover. It'd look lovely on a bag, or a frame picture. I think you can see straight away how you might use that.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I think it could translate quite well to a lot of things, actually. Yeah, as you said.
It's gorgeous. So I love this pineapple. Pineapple, you know, is a really trendy motif at the moment, and I love how you've kind of created texture in the pineapple itself with the negative space, so leaving areas unstitched.
Mm-hmm. Again, it's also allowing the stitcher to, you know, you don't have to stitch every single stitch. You can leave some out and use the lovely fabric behind as well. I think on that one I used that was a 28 count even weave in a sandy color, and I love the fabric so much too, so it allows the fabric to come through as well.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Love this very, very trendy geometric card. I want to stitch that, definitely.
That one, I did that one in a couple of hours. So yeah, I like that one. Yeah, very simple, but and quick to stitch.
Yeah, and they just keep coming. This gorgeous kind of swirly rosebuds. That's a bit sort of Art Deco in feel. Yeah. Love the stripy cherries. Think they're gorgeous.
Thank you.
And so it just keeps coming. The book is full of, you know, 40 wonderful designs, some silhouettes and things, simple. Here's a very cute tree frog. I know there's a story behind this.
Yes, that's my youngest son's favorite animal in the world. He has a red-eyed tree frog called Hopster, not a real one, a stuffed one. And so I made this with him in mind, and that's going actually on his wall in his bedroom, because he loves frogs, tree frogs in particular. So that's brilliant.
And actually, it's simple enough that he could stitch it himself as well, couldn't he?
Yes. He is autistic, and so I'm thinking if I can get him to sit down, we might look at doing some cross stitching to see if that might help him, as you know, with his autism.
Absolutely, might be a really good therapy for that. Brilliant, a great idea. So yeah, more and more designs. Here you are. There's a smile you talked about with the 5 colours.
Yeah, there's one. Yeah.
Just fabulous, and I love this butterfly as well. So that's you know, the book is just absolutely full of beautiful things. Really, really lovely. So who's it really aimed at?
It's with the beginner in mind, but also with things like the fossil. I like to, when I'm out looking at books anyway, if something catches my eye, it could be simple or more involved. You know, I'm a seasoned stitcher, and so I would quite happily pick up a book like that. But yeah, it's, as I said, it's something you can create things quite easily over a weekend, and so it's simple enough for the beginner, but there's also some other patterns in there the bonsai tree, again, a one color pattern, but it looks nice. It looks nice on the wall and everything, and so it tends to
nice enough for everybody.
Yeah, and so you know, if you want to create something quite quickly, it's something that you can do.
Brilliant. So I'm really interested in the kind of process of how the book came about.
Well, I got an email from Becky, from my publisher, saying that they were looking for somebody for an author. And she had spotted some of my patterns on Etsy, and she liked my aesthetic and thought that, you know, that would work quite well for what they had in mind. And so it just went on from there.
Brilliant. So, you know, I'm wondering if there's a kind of paradox in here somewhere, that in creating the book, whether it was actually quite stressful. You're creating a book about calming, and you know, was it a stressful process?
A little bit, yes. There was a lot of patterns that I had to get out in. You know, I had to create them and stitch them in quite a short amount of time. So in that way, yes, that was a little bit stressful. There was a few, you know, 4 o'clock in the morning, you know, stitching sessions and everything. And bless my family for putting up with it. You know, thanks, guys. Because, yeah, we had some very quick meals, and yeah. Sometimes
quickly get back to the stitching.
Yes, takeaway was sometimes my best friend.
Well, you know, I think it's an absolutely brilliant book. I love the designs. I think, as you say, you know, it could be great for beginners. I think there's plenty in it that more experienced stitchers are really going to love as well. So, you know, I wish you every success with it. You know, what do you think is going to come next for you and for Woohoo Cross Stitch?
Well, actually, doing the book has helped me focus on more simple patterns, actually, and since I've written the book, I've started on a more keeping on with the simple patterns, but just expanding it a little bit more. And I'm also looking to carry on with woohoocrossstitch.com as well, to introduce cross stitch to beginners as well. So
brilliant. Well, good luck with all your endeavours. We'll definitely be following along with your journey, and you know, hopefully keep in touch, because we'd love to have another chat to you again in the future.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Leah. Take care, and good luck. We'll see you soon.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Bye.